Gains. Profit, financial gain. The company reported record profits. Benefit, advantage obtained. Exercise has many health benefits. Yield, return on investment. The bonds yield 5% annually. Advancement, progress or promotion. Career advancement is important. Windfall, unexpected gain. They received a tax windfall. Surplus, excess amount. The budget had a surplus. Appreciation, increase in value. Property appreciation boosts wealth. Dividend, share of earnings. Stocks pay quarterly dividends. Upside, positive potential. The deal has significant upside. Boom, rapid growth. The tech sector is booming. Poor. Impoverished, extremely poor. The region is impoverished. Destitute, lacking basic needs. Many were left destitute after the war. Needy, in need of help. Charities support the needy. Underprivileged, lacking advantages. Programs help underprivileged children. Bankrupt, financially ruined. The company went bankrupt. Penniless, having no money. He was left penniless. Deprived, lacking necessities. Deprived communities need aid. Struggling, facing hardship. Struggling families need support. Indigent, poor, needy. Legal aid helps the indigent. Broke, informal for no money. I'm broke until payday. Baffle. Confuse, make unclear. The instructions confused me. Perplex, puzzle deeply. His behavior perplexed everyone. Bewilder, cause confusion. The maze bewildered the visitors. Mystify, make mysterious. The magic trick mystified the audience. Flummox, totally confuse. The riddle flummoxed him. Stump, unable to solve. The question stumped the experts. Dumbfound, shock into silence. His reply dumbfounded them. Nonplus, leave speechless. She was nonplussed by the news. Disconcert, disturb composure. The sudden noise disconcerted her. Befuddle, make mentally unclear. The complex theory befuddled students. Carry. Transport, move from place to place. Trucks transport goods. Lug, carry with effort. He lugged the heavy suitcase. Haul, pull or drag. They hauled the boat ashore. Bear, support weight. She bore the burden alone. Tote, carry casually. She toted her laptop everywhere. Ferry, transport across. The boat ferried passengers. Schlep, carry awkwardly, informal. I had to schlep these bags. Shoulder, carry on shoulders. He shouldered the backpack. Convey, transport formally. Pipes convey water to homes. Portage, carry over land. Canoes require portage between lakes. Spend. Expend, use up. They expended all their energy. Splurge, spend lavishly. She splurged on a designer bag. Invest, spend for future gain. He invested in stocks. Allocate, assign funds. The budget allocates money for schools. Squander, waste foolishly. He squandered his inheritance. Fritter, spend frivolously. She frittered away her savings. Consume, use up resources. The project consumed time and money. Disburse, pay out. The bank disbursed the loan. Outlay, initial spending. The business required a large outlay. Foot, pay the bill, informal. He footed the dinner bill. Take. Seize, take forcibly. The army seized the city. Grab, take quickly. She grabbed her coat and left. Acquire, obtain possession. He acquired a rare painting. Confiscate, take officially. The teacher confiscated his phone. Pluck, take by picking. She plucked an apple from the tree. Snatch, take suddenly. The thief snatched her purse. Withdraw, take back. He withdrew money from the ATM. Collect, gather together. She collects vintage stamps. Appropriate, take for use. The government appropriated the land. Pocket, take secretly. He pocketed the extra change. Understand. Comprehend, grasp mentally. She comprehended the complex theory. Fathom, understand deeply. I can't fathom his motives. Grasp, get the meaning. He quickly grasped the concept. Decipher, interpret meaning. She deciphered the ancient text. Perceive, become aware. He perceived the hidden message. Discern, recognize clearly. She discerned the truth. Apprehend, understand fully. Few apprehend the full impact. Realize, become aware. He realized his mistake. Absorb, take in knowledge. She absorbed the information quickly. Interpret, explain meaning. Can you interpret these results? To contain something. Hold, to have inside. The box holds old books. Enclose, to surround completely. The fence encloses the garden. Include, to contain as part of a whole. The package includes batteries. House, to provide storage. The building houses a museum. Carry, to hold and transport. The bag carries my laptop. Store, to keep for later use. The warehouse stores goods. Embrace, to include comprehensively. The plan embraces all details. Comprise, to consist of. The team comprises 5 members. Encapsulate, to summarize within limits. The report encapsulates key findings. Seal, to close securely. The jar is sealed tightly. Inside something. Within, inside limits. The answer lies within the text. Internal, located inside. Internal organs like the heart. Inner, inside a boundary. Inner thoughts are private. Interior, the inside part. The car's interior is leather. Inward, directed inside. She turned her gaze inward. Indoor, inside a building. Indoor plants need light. Embedded, fixed inside. A bullet embedded in the wall. Enclosed, surrounded inside. A letter enclosed in an envelope. Subsurface, below the surface. Subsurface water sources. Inbuilt, naturally inside. An inbuilt camera in the phone. To go through something. Penetrate, to enter forcefully. The bullet penetrated the wall. Traverse, to travel across. They traversed the desert. Permeate, to spread throughout. The smell permeated the room. Pierce, to make a hole through. The needle pierced the skin. Cross, to go from one side to another. Cross the bridge carefully. Navigate, to find a way through. He navigated through the crowd. Thread, to pass carefully. She threaded the needle. Infiltrate, to enter secretly. Spies infiltrated the organization. Bore, to drill through. The machine bored through rock. Pass, to move through. Light passes through glass. To communicate. Convey, to express a message. He conveyed his ideas clearly. Transmit, to send information. The radio transmits signals. Express, to articulate thoughts. She expressed her feelings. Announce, to declare publicly. They announced the winner. Discuss, to talk about. We discussed the project. Inform, to give knowledge. She informed me of the change. Chat, to talk casually. They chatted for hours. Debate, to argue formally. Politicians debated the issue. Whisper, to speak softly. He whispered a secret. Broadcast, to transmit widely. The news was broadcast live. Defense and protection. Guard, to protect from harm. Soldiers guard the palace. Shield, to block danger. She shielded her eyes from the sun. Defend, to resist attack. The lawyer defended his client. Secure, to make safe. They secured the building. Fortify, to strengthen defenses. The army fortified the border. Resist, to oppose forcefully. He resisted the temptation. Safeguard, to protect carefully. Laws safeguard human rights. Barricade, to block entry. Protesters barricaded the street. Armor, protective covering. Knights wore armor in battle. Deter, to discourage threats. Cameras deter thieves. To endanger or risk. Threaten, to pose danger. Smoking threatens health. Jeopardize, to put at risk. Lying jeopardizes trust. Imperil, to endanger seriously. Pollution imperils wildlife. Hazard, a source of danger. Ice is a driving hazard. Risk, to take a chance. He risked his life. Expose, to leave unprotected. Don't expose your password. Compromise, to weaken safety. A leak compromises security. Menace, a threatening presence. The storm was a menace. Vulnerable, easily harmed. Children are vulnerable. Precarious, dangerously unstable. A precarious situation. To shut down or close. Terminate, to end officially. The contract was terminated. Cease, to stop completely. The factory ceased operations. Halt, to bring to a stop. Production halted suddenly. Suspend, to pause temporarily. Services were suspended. Discontinue, to no longer continue. The product was discontinued. Deactivate, to turn off. Deactivate the alarm. Seal off, to close access. Police sealed off the area. Power down, to turn off a machine. Power down the computer. Lock, to secure by closing. Lock the door at night. Fold, to close a business. The company folded last year. Strike, to hit or refuse work. Hit, to deliver a blow. He hit the ball hard. Punch, to strike with a fist. She punched the bag angrily. Slap, to strike with an open hand. He slapped the table in frustration. Knock, to strike a surface. She knocked on the door. Smack, a sharp slap. The book smacked the floor. Whack, a hard strike. He whacked the nail with a hammer. Thump, a dull, heavy hit. The box thumped onto the ground. Clash, a violent collision. Protesters clashed with police. Walkout, a labor strike. Workers staged a walkout. Boycott, refusal to participate. They boycotted the unfair policy. Stringent, strict, precise. Strict, firmly enforced. The school has strict rules. Rigorous, thorough and exacting. Rigorous testing was done. Tight, highly controlled. Tight security was in place. Severe, extremely strict. Severe penalties apply. Harsh, unpleasantly strict. Harsh conditions weakened them. Demanding, requiring high standards. A demanding professor. Exacting, highly precise. Exacting measurements needed. Inflexible, unyielding. An inflexible deadline. Uncompromising, refusing concessions. An uncompromising stance. Draconian, excessively harsh. Draconian laws were imposed. Sacrifice, to give up for a purpose. Surrender, to yield. He surrendered his seat. Relinquish, to let go. She relinquished her claim. Forfeit, to lose by penalty. They forfeited the match. Yield, to give way. He yielded his position. Abandon, to leave behind. They abandoned the plan. Renounce, to reject formally. He renounced his title. Concede, to admit defeat. She conceded the argument. Devote, to dedicate fully. He devoted his life to art. Offer, to present willingly. They offered help. Endure, to suffer for a cause. She endured hardships. Far, distant in space or time. Distant, far away. A distant memory. Remote, isolated. A remote village. Far off, very distant. Far off galaxies. Removed, separated. A cousin twice removed. Outlying, distant from center. Outlying regions. Extended, long in range. An extended journey. Lengthy, long in duration. A lengthy delay. Prolonged, drawn out. Prolonged silence. Deep, far within. Deep in thought. Beyond, further than. Beyond the horizon. Await, to wait for. Expect, to anticipate. We expect news soon. Anticipate, to await eagerly. She anticipated his arrival. Await, to wait for. They await the verdict. Look forward to await happily. I look forward to the trip. Hang on, to wait. Hang on for updates. Stay for, to remain waiting. Stay for the results. Hold out for, to wait stubbornly. He held out for a better deal. Bade time, to wait patiently. She bided her time. Countdown, to await an event. We count down to launch. Linger, to wait around. He lingered after class. A lot of, many, much. Numerous, many. Numerous attempts. Plenty, more than enough. Plenty of food. Abundant, very plentiful. Abundant resources. Copious, large in amount. Copious notes. Myriad, countless. Myriad possibilities. Excessive, too much. Excessive noise. Substantial, considerable. A substantial amount. Profuse, overflowing. Profuse apologies. Heaps, informal for many. Heaps of praise. Loads, informal for much. Loads of fun. Large, big in size, amount. Huge, very big. A huge building. Massive, extremely large. A massive crowd. Giant, exceptionally big. A giant corporation. Colossal, immense. A colossal mistake. Enormous, very large. An enormous appetite. Vast, wide in extent. A vast desert. Tremendous, great in degree. Tremendous effort. Gigantic, like a giant. Gigantic waves. Immense, extremely large. Immense pressure. Monumental, huge in importance. A monumental task. Operation, a process or mission. Mission, a task. A rescue mission. Procedure, a method. A medical procedure. Campaign, organized effort. A military campaign. Exercise, a practice operation. A training exercise. Undertaking, a major task. A risky undertaking. Maneuver, a tactical move. A strategic maneuver. Initiative, a new project. A business initiative. Process, a series of steps. A manufacturing process. Execution, carrying out a plan. Flawless execution. Venture, a risky project. A commercial venture. Attack, to assault. Assault, a violent attack. A brutal assault. Ambush, a surprise attack. Soldiers set an ambush. Raid, a sudden strike. A police raid. Charge, a frontal attack. The army charged forward. Bombard, to attack heavily. They bombarded the city. Strike, a sudden attack. An airstrike hit the base. Invade, to enter forcefully. Enemy troops invaded. Besiege, to surround and attack. Rebels besieged the castle. Counterattack, a retaliatory strike. They launched a counterattack. Blitz, a rapid, intense attack. A media blitz. Airborne, in the air. Flying, moving through air. A flying bird. Hovering, staying in one place in air. A drone hovering. Gliding, smoothly flying. An eagle gliding. Soaring, flying high. A plane soaring. Drifting, moving slowly in air. A balloon drifting. Suspended, held in air. Dust suspended in light. Aerial, related to the air. Aerial photography. Levitated, floating in air. A magician levitated. Parachuting, descending with a parachute. Troops parachuting. Jet-propelled, moved by jet engines. A jet-propelled aircraft. Words related to exist. Exist, to be real. Do aliens exist? Live, to be alive. We live on Earth. Survive, to continue existing. Some species survive extreme conditions. Dwell, to live in a place. They dwell in the mountains. Subsist, to barely exist. They subsist on minimal food. Persist, to continue despite challenges. The tradition persists today. Endure, to last over time. Ancient ruins endure for centuries. Prevail, to remain widespread. This belief still prevails. Occur, to happen or exist. Earthquakes occur along fault lines. Inhabit, to live in a place. Many animals inhabit this forest. Words related to information. Data, facts and statistics. Scientists analyzed the data. Details, specific information. She provided all the details. Knowledge, understanding gained. He has deep knowledge of history. Intel, informal for intelligence. The spy gathered intel. Facts, proven truths. Check the facts before arguing. Report, a summary of information. The news report was accurate. Evidence, proof supporting a claim. The lawyer presented evidence. Findings, discoveries from research. The findings were surprising. Insight, deep understanding. Her insight solved the problem. Briefing, a short informational meeting. The team received a briefing. Words related to find out. Discover, to find something new. They discovered a hidden cave. Uncover, to reveal something hidden. Journalists uncovered the scandal. Learn, to gain knowledge. I learned the truth yesterday. Detect, to notice something subtle. The test detected a virus. Realize, to become aware. She realized her mistake. Determine, to figure out conclusively. Experts determined the cause. Identify, to recognize something. He identified the suspect. Ascertain, to confirm with certainty. We must ascertain the facts. Reveal, to make known. The document revealed secrets. Notice, to observe. Did you notice the error? Words related to gas. Oxygen, essential for breathing. Oxygen sustains life. Hydrogen, lightest element. Hydrogen is used in fuel. Carbon dioxide, exhaled gas. Plants absorb carbon dioxide. Methane, natural gas. Methane is a greenhouse gas. Helium, lighter than air gas. Helium fills balloons. Nitrogen, most abundant atmospheric gas. Nitrogen is inert. Propane, fuel gas. Propane powers grills. Neon, used in signs. Neon lights glow brightly. Chlorine, toxic gas. Chlorine disinfects pools. Vapor, gaseous form of liquid. Water vapor forms clouds. Words related to summit. Peak, highest point. They reached the mountain peak. Apex, topmost point. The apex of his career. Pinnacle, highest achievement. Winning the award was her pinnacle. Crest, top of a hill. The hikers reached the crest. Zenith, highest point in the sky. The sun at its zenith. Climax, highest dramatic point. The movie's climax was intense. Crown, top part. The crown of the tree. Tip, very top. The tip of the iceberg. High point, best moment. Graduation was her high point. Summit meeting, high-level conference. World leaders held a summit. Words related to worthy. Deserving, meriting something. She's deserving of praise. Valuable, of great worth. A valuable lesson. Esteemed, highly respected. An esteemed professor. Praiseworthy, commendable. His effort was praiseworthy. Honorable, morally upright. An honorable leader. Respectable, admirable. A respectable achievement. Commendable, worthy of approval. Her dedication is commendable. Noble, having high morals. A noble cause. Meritorious, deserving reward. A meritorious service award. Creditable, deserving recognition. A creditable performance. Words related to will, determination. Resolve, firm determination. She had the resolve to succeed. Intend, plan to do something. He intends to travel next year. Determination, firmness of purpose. Her determination was inspiring. Volition, the power of choosing. He left of his own volition. Commitment, dedication to a cause. Their commitment was unwavering. Perseverance, steady persistence. Success requires perseverance. Insist, demand firmly. She insisted on the truth. Willpower, mental self-control. He used willpower to quit. Decree, official order. The king issued a decree. Mandate, authoritative command. The election gave them a mandate. Words for support. Endorse, publicly approve. The celebrity endorsed the product. Advocate, speak in favor of. She advocates for human rights. Back, give financial, political support. The company backed the project. Uphold, maintain or defend. The court upheld the law. Champion, fight for a cause. He championed education reform. Bolster, strengthen or reinforce. The evidence bolstered his case. Sustain, keep going. Their encouragement sustained her. Defend, protect from attack. He defended his friend's reputation. Stand by, remain loyal. She stood by her decision. Promote, help to flourish. They promoted local businesses.